everyone, welcome back. To those of you who are returning and to those of you who are new stopping by, hi there, my name is JoJo. This channel focuses on my family's journey to financial freedom. I show you our budgeting, how we're learning how to budget, work through a budget to pay off our debt. And if that is something you're interested in following along with, then please hit the subscribe button. If you enjoy watching my videos, then please don't forget to give them a thumbs up at the end or while you're watching. And I would love to hear how your guys' budgets are going, how your journey is coming along. And if you have any questions or comments, please leave them below. I love interacting with you guys here on this platform. So we're coming out of the holiday week. We had a lovely week. We spent it with my mom for Thanksgiving, decorated for Christmas on Friday. I hope you all had a lovely week as well, that you spent it with the ones you love, and that you are feeling the spirit of the season, however you are celebrating it. I have here my paycheck number 2. We are going to be closing out this paycheck. We are paycheck by paycheck, zero-based budgeters. My husband and I get paid every other week. So typically we have 2 paychecks a month. And what we do is roll everything from paycheck 1 into paycheck 2. And then we close out paycheck 2. We calculate our cash flow, which is this equation over here, at the end of paycheck 2. And whatever money is right here gets thrown at debt, because that's what we're currently using our cash flow to do, is to pay off debt. Eventually it'll be for investing, but for now we're in the debt repayment phase. So today I'm going to be doing my week 4 check-in. We're going to close out this budget. I'll get you guys switched over and we'll go ahead and get started. This is where I start my check-ins. I start first with my variable expenses. This is how I track them for the 2 weeks that each paycheck is covering. You can see we did week 3 for paycheck 2. The dates of the transactions we were looking at, that was last Thursday. I'll put an information card up here if you guys want to look at that video to see how we came to these numbers. And then I use this transaction log. This has been a game changer for us, you guys, to really track where every single penny is going. And I keep change, find whatever works best for you, but just something that is consistent and where you're tracking your money. And I like to have it all in one spot. I fill out this transaction log twice a week. And then I just color code whatever category each transaction falls into. Green is income, pink is a bill, yellow is a variable expense, and blue is a sinking fund transaction. This is all of the transactions we did last week. I had a few that trickled down here on the bottom, and then it's just double-sided, and these are ones that we have not reconciled yet that we're going to be doing today. We're working down here. We're still in paycheck 2. We're going to be looking at transactions from November 26th to December 2nd. And this is for week 4. I'm going to start here at the top with groceries, and I always like to include an example, especially for those of you who are new to my channel. I use this remaining column, and I just keep a running calculation of this, of what's remaining from what I had budgeted from that variable expense category, and it makes it a lot easier for me coming at these weekly check-ins to figure out how much we spent, instead of going through and finding each transaction. You can see there's several, and adding them all up individually and potentially making a mistake, which if you have been following, you know I do that. I budget $400 to last us 2 weeks for groceries. We have $14.33 remaining that we were under budget from that $400. So I take 400 minus $14.33. In 2 weeks, we spent $385.67. You'll see me plug that number in on my paycheck budget sheet when I show how much we spent for 2 weeks. But then to figure out how much we spent this week, I subtract what I had spent last week. So the 201.23, and that tells me that we spent $184.44 on groceries. And 4 is my mom's favorite number, so we're off to a good start. Let's see, so I'll write that down here. We spent 184.44. We have the $14 and 33 cents remaining. Next is eating out, and we did go a little over budget here. After we got family pictures on Saturday, we got takeout from Cheesecake Factory. Oh, I love Cheesecake Factory, you guys. It's so good. I had two $25 gift cards, so we got $50 off. So we ended up spending $50.83 for 5 of us, and I have a 15-year-old. He ended up getting 2 meals, and I mean, if any of you have teenagers, teenage boys, they can eat. And then he had a friend over too, and you know, I'm not sure what you guys are seeing, but I know my oldest, some of his friends, I'm not really sure how much food they have at home, and our family has, thankfully, by the grace of God, you know, not been too affected financially by this situation. But you know, that's not to say that other families haven't. Just because we're not affected, we're not the only ones in the world. And knowing that there might be kids who don't have food in their homes, you know, I'm more than happy to increase our grocery budget if his friends want to come and eat at our house. So that's kind of, you guys might see that a little bit. Let's see, and then for household and pets, I had stocked up on batteries at Costco because Christmas is coming up, and yes, we have had Christmas morning where you have a toy that needs batteries and you don't have batteries for it. It is not pleasant. I have learned my lesson from that. So while I was at Costco, the batteries were all on sale. And we actually had to replenish batteries on some of our other motorized electronic gadgets, light up gadgets for our decorations. So we depleted quite a bit. I got stocked up. It was like $14 for each pack of batteries, and I got 3 different packs. So that's a decent chunk of change, and then just other stuff for our house. So we did end up over budget quite a lot there. And then gas, we had spent $59.31, which we did better than I thought we would. We were actually under budget because we were doing a lot of driving. It's about an hour to my mom's house, and then driving to the stores to buy our holiday picture clothes, driving to the park to go take our holiday pictures. Normally we don't drive a whole lot, especially on our days off. So I'm very surprised, but the gas station in the town my mom lives is a lot less expensive than where we live. Because it's a smaller, more rural town. We live more in the city, so that makes sense, but we always fill up when we go to visit her. So that's probably where we see that. Let's see, my husband had spent $48.83. He was over by $7.13. I did not spend anything, and I did have $67.98 remaining from what I had, the $80 I budgeted. All I'd spent was the $12 on my face mask that I got last week. But what I do is all of this money is going to be rolled over to a sinking fund, and it's going to be used for those more intermittent, expensive beauty purchases. If I want to do something nice with my hair, I can't wear polish at my work, so I can't really do anything special with my nails, but I do like a pedicure. I love a good pedicure, and you know, a massage or a spa day or clothes. That's another thing too. So this, I put a 0 because I'm not gonna consider that to be a remaining amount. And then my oldest, we had given him $15 throughout the week. He'd been doing extra chores. One of his friends has a birthday coming up, and he's wanting to save up his money to get his friends something special. And he's kind of putting together a little get together. And let's see, then My daughter had not spent anything the last 2 weeks, which is a shocker. So she has the $20 remaining. My youngest, he did not spend anything this week. So we had bought clothes for him last week, and he was still over budget from the clothes I had purchased for him last week. I had drained my clothes sinking fund for my kids. I am going to be doing my sinking fund revamp video tomorrow to show you guys how I'm going to kind of rearrange those so that they're not getting depleted as quickly. And then unbudgeted, we have a water park where we live. I have a sinking fund for this, but with taxes, it was a little more than what I had saved in my sinking fund. So whatever was left over, I'd added to unbudgeted to make up the difference. Okay, that was our week. And when you add all these together, it comes to $495.74. Overall, we were over budget by $382.94 on variable expenses. I'm sorry you guys couldn't see that. On variable expenses for this entire paycheck. I'm going to now switch you guys over to my paycheck budget sheet and we'll finish reconciling these transactions. All right, here we are back at my paycheck budget sheet. These are sheets I have put together myself, and they are available on my Etsy shop. Any of the sheets that you guys see me use. I do also have some time block sheets that are available on there. And I have an Instagram where I will post the quick 1-minute video clips of what my time block is looking like for that week, if you guys want to check me out there. And then I also have my meal planning for dinners posted on Instagram. It's mostly what I post there that I don't post here on YouTube. So we're going to start right here at the top with income. We did not have any green boxes come through this week. So this was our extra income, this 3201. What we'll do is go ahead and add this all together. So the 2887. 27 plus 1141 plus 2388, 16 plus 3201. And I'm going to double check myself because if you watched my Paycheck Budget 1 video for December, I had reversed the numbers. Okay, there we go. I'm going to write this in blue. If it comes in on budget or under, I write it in blue. If we're over budget, I write it in red. So we actually, since this was less than what we had expected, and it's in the negative, we had less money than we thought. I'll write it in red. Okay. Now we'll come over to our bills. These are all of the, let me get you guys lined up here. These are going to be all of the pink boxes. The first one that we come to is savings. This is actually on here. I put it as silver because what I'm doing is keeping $1,000 as cash emergency fund savings. You know, we also contribute to sinking funds. I have a second savings as well. So I have different savings with different jobs, but I want to keep my cash savings at $1,000, and then I had pulled about $500 from that to buy gold, and it dropped it to below 1,000. So to build that back up to 1,000, I'm going to put in $75.48, and that'll bring it right at $1,000. And then normally I contribute $50 to this savings but it's going to be $50 to go towards purchasing gold and silver more so in the future, and we're just keeping that in our safe. Just so we can be diversified in the different types of currency that we have, different types of investments, that sort of thing. So let's see, this ended up being, I gotta write that in red. Let's see, $75.48. And then my sinking funds, I contributed the $9.35. That was its usual. Next is our internet. That was its usual $94.99. Daycare was $174. And our car is getting paid off, you guys. Mortgage, our escrow had gone up on this, so our insurance and taxes increased. So our new payment is $14.22. So that's $12.15 more than it normally is. That is going to take care of all of our bills, or our pink boxes. When you add all these together, that totals $3,652.28. I did also, any extra money that we make, so this right here, this extra, I automatically throw that at our debt focus. I don't roll it into our cash flow amount because I want that money to automatically have a purpose. Now what we'll do is move over to our variable expenses and plugging in those numbers. We have groceries, we were under budget, so that can be written in blue. We spent $385.67 the last 2 weeks. Eating out, we were over budget. We spent $119.49. Household and pets, we were over budget. We spent $199.78. Gas, we were under budget. We had spent $142.81. My husband was over budget. He had spent $87.13. I am going to mark myself as just being right on budget because I'm rolling over that remaining amount. My oldest was over budget. He had spent $26.98, or earned, I can say. And then my daughter, she did not spend anything. My youngest, he had total spent $35.19 on those clothes. And then unbudgeted, again, this was more so affected by poor planning for sinking funds for subscriptions and things. So we ended up being over budget there by quite a lot. When you add all this together, it comes to $1,377.94. Now, before we move over to figuring out our cash flow and paying off debt, I'm going to plug in my sinking fund purchases. Most of this is Christmas. Our waste management bill did come out. That is quarterly. Right here, $83.07. I have a sinking fund built up for that. My Christmas fund includes, like, we needed to have a new timer for our lights. We also, like, I was getting some stocking stuffers. I bought a little addition, you know, those little miniature caricatures that you can decorate with. So we're starting to build up a collection of those, and we got a clock that was from Amazon that we had ordered right here, the clock from Christmas. So those are just some different purchases. So what we had spent for waste management, let's see, was the $83.07. Water park, that was $265.53. Christmas was $201.64. And then what is coming to the my face category is $67.98. And like I said, I am going to be showing my revamping sinking fund video tomorrow, and then I'm going to be closing out my sinking funds for November on Saturday. So stay tuned for that to see how I use the table on these sheets to close out my sinking funds. Now for the fun part. We are going to figure out what we are throwing at debt. So we'll figure out this equation. Our income ended up being $6407.85 minus $3652.28 minus $1377.94. Okay. So it's not too bad, less than what we had expected, but a lot of that was from unbudgeted, poor planning, that sort of thing. But I am still happy with that amount. It is going to be $1,377.63. So then what I'm going to do is come down here. We are using a velocity banking strategy to pay off our debt. So we're focused on our HELOC. And let's see, I can update the car. Its ending balance is 0. The home equity line of credit, we have the $32 right here extra that came from our extra. So the 3201 and then this 1377.63. So now what we will do, take the 14033.99 minus 3201 minus 1377.63. Wow, that's awesome. Okay, if you guys want to see more about my velocity banking strategy or what it is, I have an entire series. I'll leave the playlist in the description box below. I'm going to be doing a my monthly check-in. I believe that'll end up being next week if you want to check that out. But that comes down to $12,624.35. Student loan number 2, so I can just carry this over because it was not, we weren't paying anything towards it this paycheck. $1,064.83. And now we'll just add all this together. Let's see, and then the 40, 64, 83. That's really cool, you guys. Okay, so we are ending with $53,289.12. And we started in February with about $102,000 of debt. So to see that we are going to be ending in the 50,000s, ending this year in the 50,000s, starting 2021 in the 50,000s is so exciting. And to see these student loans be gone, I started with about $73,000 of student loans. So this is awesome. We've so far paid off now 4 debts since beginning this journey. And really what we're left with now is our cell phones and the student loan, because we're using the HELOC to chunk away at this amortized interest loan. It's an interest saving strategy. And so that's really what we're down to now, which is so exciting. But that is it. That is going to wrap up this video, you guys. That closes out paycheck number 2. I will see you guys here again tomorrow when we revamp our sinking funds. I hope you all are having a fantastic day. Bye.